Hey, good evening. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right, hang on. I'm going to try. For some reason, my earbud didn't pick up. Let me try and grab that real fast. Try it one more time.
There we go. I made it.
Hang on just a second. I'm trying to get my earbud connected. If not, I'll just go old school on the speaker. So. All right. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Can you still hear me okay? I put my earbud away.
Yes.
Yes.
Even better. Even better. Hey, Gene, your picture looks like you've got like a ray of sunshine shining, like a halo coming down from heaven.
Maybe it's my light.
No, that's
Maybe
perfect.
I'm not an
No.
angel. That's for sure. I aspire to be one, but I'm not
That's
one.
right. See, it was very angelic.
Oh, thank you. Good to see you all. Hi, everyone.
We were digging that. Good morning or evening, I should say. Judy, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Awesome. Good to see you. Geraldine, sorry you got my text back that I was
I
having a
did.
little technical glitch. Good deal. My meeting had disappeared on me for a minute. So luckily Mara answers her phone even at 7 o'clock at night.
Uh-oh. There you go.
She knows. Hey, Mary,
Hey everyone.
how are you?
Hi.
Good,
Hello.
good.
Good. And Jesse, remind me, which Jesse is this?
Okay, this is Mercy.
Oh, hey,
My
Mercy.
son uses the Zoom, so he put his name on it.
And he steals it. All right. So it's Mercy. How are you, Mercy?
I'm good, and you?
Awesome. Good to hear you. We don't see you, but we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, that may be by design. Oh, there you go. Now we can see. See, I wouldn't. That's it. How are you? Good. We like the camera. We like the camera view. So, all right, we'll give people another 2 minutes or so, see if anybody else jumps on and get going. Some of our usuals aren't here. This one kind of snuck up on us a little bit. So this is going to design to be our final session. So I got some things I want to cover and answer some questions for you. And Kevin, I don't know if I said hi to you because you were answering me earlier. So, hey, Kevin.
How you doing? Good.
Good. Good. You look like I like your backdrop there. It looks like you're at an open house.
I was until about 4:15 today.
See, perfect. That backdrop doesn't appear to be a bank foreclosure though, unless you found different bank foreclosures than I did.
Well, there's not many out there right now. Apparently everything's good in the world of
Well, see, and then these
real
things
estate.
get snatched up. Exactly. Hang on, there'll always be more. You trust me. There'll always be opportunity. People find a way to get foreclosed on no matter what the market's doing. They can find a way, even when you can, own a house for 2 minutes and it goes up 20% in value, somehow they still find a way to have no equity.
Yeah.
Don't know how that works, but people are people. So why should it be that you guys know Depeche Mode fans out there? People are people. So come on, Depeche
Yes,
Mode.
I love oh.
Never heard of it.
Yes, Depeche Mode.
Never heard of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I remember them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember it. That's that sign. You're getting old when your music shows up on classic rock stations. Like, man.
Or you hear Led Zeppelin in Publix.
That's right. Exactly. How'd that happen? That is not right. That is just not right. All right. Let me share my screen and we'll get going. It's good to see everyone. This is about right, though. I told you people drop off. Very few hang on and finish the race, and you guys are doing it. So good for you. Good for you. Oh my.
Lucky us. We're learning.
That's
so much.
right. This is graduation night. We're gonna do the give you your robe and tassel and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Hey, pretty cool.
Switch it over from one side, you get to throw your hats in the air, all that stuff. Oh, perfect. Good deal. All right, let me.
So Bob, since this is our last night and you've encouraged us to read a book every month,
Yeah.
hopefully it doesn't have to only be books to learn how to sell real estate. I want to give a plug to a book I wrote this year.
Give it to me.
I actually published my very first novel, and it's called
Nice.
One Spring Day. It's on Amazon as an ebook, a paperback, and also an audio.
One Spring Day. It's on Amazon.
Yes.
And it's a like a fictional novel.
It's a fictional novel inspired by a true story.
Give us the inside left cover
Okay,
synopsis
so
of it.
it's about a young man who grew up in a relatively wealthy type environment, thought he was better than others, so he kind of dissed his family, got rid of his family a little bit, his
Right.
extended family. And his family owned a business. They had one person working for them, and when they passed away, that person cleaned them out, and he ended up homeless and had no one to turn to because he got rid of his family. And so that's all I know about the true story of it. And the rest is all embellished. And it's actually a beautiful love story that starts back with his parents meeting and how everything happened. Has a little bit of a twist in it and has had some very good reviews. So by all means.
Good for you. Congratulations, Geraldine. That's awesome. What's it called again?
One Spring Day.
One Spring Day. Mary Wang is giving you a clap. You see that clap in her little picture of her?
Oh, I don't see her picture. She's not on my screen.
Oh, okay. Well, find her screen. Somehow she found a way to do a little clap.
Oh, there she is. There you go. Thank you.
Sweetheart, is it under your name or are you using a writer's name?
It's under my name, Geraldine Villar. Last name
Okay.
Villar, since it's not up there.
Perfect. You're not going all pen name on us? No Edgar
No.
Allan Poe or anything? Okay.
Hey, I want to be known.
Yeah, see, right. Exactly. Want people to do it. That's awesome. Well, good for you. That is, you know what? I'm going to look it up right now. Is it on, can I find it on my, because I download on Nook a
Yeah,
lot.
you could find out. Let me go grab one of the books. I have them here. You could see what it looks like.
Okay. Look real quick. One Spring Day.
Okay, this is what it looks like.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Cool photography. Who did that?
Yeah.
Actually, I had someone design, well, she really didn't design the cover, but someone actually in Italy I found, and I wasn't sure what I wanted on the cover, and I asked her for a suggestion, and she said, "Here's a file of pictures, just pick one." And I thought, oh my goodness, how am I going to do this? And actually, the picture of the woman very much represents the protagonist in the book. And the
Okay.
flowers represent spring. So I thought it would be really nice to do it like that.
Very cool.
nice.
Very
Good
well
luck.
done.
Now I'm on Nook. Is it on Nook by any chance?
It is not on Nook, it's on Amazon. And then the audiobook is on Audible, iTunes, and Amazon.
Okay, on Amazon. Well, I think I have Kindle. Kindle's
Kindle, it's on Kindle, correct.
okay, good. So we have both. I have Kindle and that. So okay, cool. Awesome. That is very cool. Well, good for you.
Thank you.
Has always been a dream or?
I've always wanted to write. I didn't know what to write about. And actually, I want to write some Christian books, but I don't know where to start. And I have all
Don't
these
start
ideas
with
in my head.
Proverbs. You don't like that.
Yeah, right. I'm going to start with, Boss told me to write about Proverbs. There you go. So I really didn't know what. And then I heard this story and I was really, really wanting to write. And I said, I think I can make a book out of that. And it
That
just
is
came
awesome.
to fruition. Yeah, it's nice.
Great.
Now, did you have to have the person's permission to make the book out of that, or did you just go?
Not really, because what I told you is the only bit of truth in the entire book. That's
Okay,
it.
cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
All names have been changed to protect the innocent, all that kind of stuff. There
That's
you go.
correct.
Perfect. Well, that is very good. I was looking for, did we talk, I forget, in book club, we've spoken about the fact that I'm now revisiting on my Audible couple different books, but one is I'm going back through Verbal Advantage. It's a vocabulary building stuff. And I did it years and years ago. I think it was originally put out in like 1988. I mean, so 1988 that I had cassette tapes of Verbal Advantage, right? Okay.
You were dating yourself.
Yeah, no 8-tracks at least. We went past that, but now it's on my phone on Audible, and it's just incredible information, man. Just, I love learning words and the, is it etymology or what's the, see, I need vocabulary growth. What the origins of the words, and then all the synonyms that go along with it, and just really, really cool stuff. Cause I'm big on stretching the brain. Cause if not, boy, it gets soft in a hurry. If you, kind of just watch the normal stuff. If you just look at social media, forget about it. You talk about going soft in the head.
Right.
I can only see so many pictures of cats dancing and people blowing up each other's cars too. Then I click off real fast. So I check the group pages, make sure no one needs an answer to a contract question, then I'm off. Out. So I'm gone. So cool. So how's everybody doing? Good?
Good.
We're into Thanksgiving. We're here in Florida. We're allowed to have Thanksgiving, right? You guys,
Yes.
we're still, okay, we're allowed. That's
You're in
good.
Florida?
Yeah. Oh, I'm in Florida right now. Yes, I'll be in Tennessee tomorrow, and I'll be through Thanksgiving. So, and we're allowed to have a Thanksgiving in Tennessee too.
Really?
Very good.
Did I ever tell you, okay, it's probably like 5 years ago now, 6, it was on one of the morning shows, it might have been like Fox and Friends or something. I was on a treadmill, and it was like 2 days before Thanksgiving, and Wolfgang Puck was on there, right? And he was showing everybody in his little accented way how he was, he was selling this pressure cooker, right? The Wolfgang Puck pressure cooker, right? And cook your full 14-pound turkey in 52 minutes, right? I'm like, really? And so he did it right there, and they promised it was really done in 52 minutes. So I went out and found one like at Kohl's. I went out there, and I am telling you, this thing rocks. It's the only time we use it is at Thanksgiving, right? It goes down in the basement, we call it the boiler room, because that's where our, like the air handler and the furnace is. So it's down in the basement. So it stays there the rest of the year. And I pull it out, and we do you put it in there, you put put the bird in, just with some olive oil over it, and then vegetables around it. And literally in like 56 minutes, thing is perfect, and just juice and it's juicy, and so it's now I think I'm I'm in charge of the turkey every year. So, but you can do it in 56 minutes as opposed to 5 hours. Then I said that's all right. I'm okay with that. So.
Wait, your name that day is what? Wolfgang Bob?
Wolfgang Bob. Yes, exactly. That is it. And I start talking in an accent and everything. It's awesome.
There you go.
Great story.
So, but if you ever get a chance, it's I don't know if they still sell them or not, but we have ours, and it should last forever because we only use it once a year. So
Yeah. I had one, but I used it a lot more than that. And actually the wire, for whatever reason, must have been a defect, started melting.
oh no.
So they said they'd send me another one, but they sent me a different one that's a fryer and a pressure cooker. It
Right.
is so not complicated, but compared to the other one, it's complicated.
Yeah.
I wish I had my other one.
Well,
loved it
see, I'm
so
not going to
much.
tell you where I live. You're going to try and steal
I'm gonna
mine.
get yours. It's in the basement. No, they are wonderful. I've done a lot of things in them that you'd be surprised what you could. But I've made eggplant parmesan in mine. I've made lasagna in it.
Wow.
It's hard to get it out because it's round and you're trying to scoop instead of slicing.
Yeah,
But let me tell you, it's 1, 2, 3, and it's done. It's really
Yeah.
nice. Mhm.
It is amazing to see how it all just kind of blends together. And we do sweet potatoes usually, and they come out just already mashed basically, because they're so soft, and the juice from the turkey is all in there. So you just kind of stir them up, and you've got mashed sweet potatoes, and beautiful. So I'm forget it. I'm making one tomorrow just for pre-turkey. I talked myself into it. I just
I think we need a royalty fee.
That's right. Exactly. See, I'm selling these things left and right. He needs to cut me in a piece, right? Or at least send you a free one to make up for the ones that one's not working. So anyway, so is everybody staying home, or what? I guess are we allowed? Because well, this is being recorded, so don't tell me if you're going out to more than 10 people.
No, actually, for me, unfortunately, I'm going to just be here because very unfortunately, my husband just got diagnosed with COVID.
Oh,
So
no.
our whole house, we're both on quarantine.
Oh my.
Yeah, I don't have it at least.
Is he vulnerable at all, or?
No, he's very healthy. I mean, he's a little older than me. He's,
Right.
71, but he's
Okay.
very healthy. But he goes to work almost every day. He works at Sam's Club as a greeter, and
Ah,
he's greeted maybe one too many people that didn't want to put a mask on. I don't know how everybody feels about that. Don't
yeah,
you start a
but
controversy.
absolutely.
And so he came down with it. So far, I don't have it. I hope I don't get it. Luckily,
Yeah.
he's not suffering real bad. It's probably a milder
Yeah.
case. But he's in his room, like in jail back there.
How long ago has this been?
It's been since last Wednesday, so a week
Okay,
so far.
well, okay, so,
he's
and
still
still
having
not too
fevers
bad.
every night.
His symptoms haven't been too bad? in a
No,
week?
he's having just really bad body aches, fever, sweating and chills, that kind of thing. But thank God, no respiratory stuff.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good deal. Well, we'll continue to pray for him or start to pray
Please.
for him now that we know. Absolutely.
Yeah, please.
his
But
name again?
so his name is David.
David, okay.
Yeah,
David.
so we had to cancel our plans for Thanksgiving. So,
Oh,
but
man.
that's okay. We'll make the best of it.
You rearranged.
Celebrate it after. Once you're clear, you celebrate again. That's what I
Exactly.
telling
We'll
everybody
do that.
back when I was calling people on their birthday in April and May, and people are like, "Oh yeah, it's kind of a bummer." And I said, "Well, you have my full permission that when we're released, you got to go celebrate anyway. Just make it birthday number 2.
There you go.
Birthday 2.0, and go make the best of it. So, well, we will certainly keep David in our prayers.
Thank you.
To go. So, all
You
right. So
too.
let's wrap up a couple things real quickly. Kevin, I know you're out there doing open houses. Did the one you sat today, was it bank owned or just regular?
It was regular.
Okay. And you did it on a Wednesday. How was your traffic?
Well, let me back up. I got a lead that is I'm going to split with another agent from a different brokerage as a
Yeah.
result of an open house last week.
Really? So how'd that play out?
Well, it's kind of a long story. I guess the buyer's agents, they couldn't get a hold of them, and they contacted the listing agent, and she handed it off to somebody else. And I actually am the one who showed the people the home.
Right.
So they cut me in on the deal at 50%.
That's good.
Good.
Yeah.
That was, it just, everybody gives, that's nice. I mean, because I have seen fights over a lot less than that.
The agent is, she understands I'm new, and she's going to mentor coach me through this as well.
Nice.
Carbon copied
Nice.
on everything.
Yeah.
And I get to see another real person with a different personality. That's got 4 years experience with real estate. Almost like I'm paying for the mentoring coaching, but I'm actually making money on this deal.
You're right. You're getting paid to be mentored.
Yeah. So I'm really blessed, and she's got a lot of experience in the neighborhood this house is sold in. So
the buyer wanted to see this home, couldn't get a hold of their buyer agent, realtor, called the listing agent. Listing agent said, "Oh, Kevin's already sitting the open house. Go ahead and go over there."
yeah, right before the hurricane hit, I set up this open house, and on that Wednesday, the hurricane was coming through. I did the open house anyways. I hung
Good
my
for you.
signs out in that windy rain.
Oh my God.
The listing agent about 2:00 says, "It's getting bad in Tampa. You should go home." I'm like, okay. So Thursday was kind of off and on. It was bands to rain. I asked her if I could do an open house on Friday. She said, sure. In the afternoon, she texted me and said a couple wants to see the home. They seen it on Zillow. They want to see the home on Thursday. The wife works on Friday. Will you show the home? She was out of town in Bradenton, a listing agent.
Now, was this one of your bank foreclosures?
No, this is just a regular open house.
Right.
Yeah.
And the listing agent's
So
with which company?
Coastal Properties.
Oh, yeah.
Coastal Property Group.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I showed the couple the home, and I didn't even ask them about if they had an agent. I was just excited to show the house.
Yeah, sure.
And they said, "How do we do this? Do we tell our agent?" I'm like, "Yes, you do." But I did state this. I didn't just hand them off. I said, if you like your agent, work with them. If you don't, I'll work with you. But you really do got to have a good relationship with your agent going forward, And then a day later, it came back to me
That's wonderful.
to co-list.
And that kind of stuff will come back to, that's just doing the right thing is the right thing. So, because trust me, it might be 7 years from now in this business, you're going to be out of town. One of your buyers is going to go wild on you and go into an open house, and you're going to get repaid for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what will happen. Karma works both ways. Karma can be good. We always think of karma as bad, but there's good karma.
Well, you know, Bob, at the end of the day, pulling down 35 to 40 open house signs and traffic on Lumsden and Brandon or on Dale Mabry, it's tough, man. It's like, you know, you played a really good game and you scored nothing, but you keep your head up, you know, you get through that day, you finish out the day, and then I start over with a brand new attitude every day, you know.
There you go.
Even though I'm down and out, it's the end of the day. But that's how I'm going to operate my business is, well, what I got done is what I got done, and we're going to shoot for another deal tomorrow or another contract tomorrow.
That's awesome. And I don't know if you guys, Kevin pumped me up. He was at the office meeting that we had at Philippi Park on the first Tuesday of the month. Somehow I got off on and was talking about the four criteria for a qualified buyer. And Kevin got me all excited because he reached into his shirt pocket and pulled out a little card that had all four of the criteria right there with it. So
Nice.
I said, that's awesome. There it is right there.
Oh, I can't show it. Let me see.
Yeah, it's your green screen's getting all wiggy on us. But yeah, so he had all the four criteria as a reminder for him. So, which was
I can't get it.
Kind of cool. But well, that's awesome, Kevin. You know, and here's the thing, you were out there, right? I mean, that listing agent called you because they knew that you were sitting in the open house, and you know she wasn't around. It's just that's because it sticks out, right? People don't do that. People aren't that motivated in this business. So it's like a breath of fresh air for other agents, even from other companies, to see that.
Today I had an agent stop by. He seen my signage. I have like a reputation now with how many signs I put out.
Yeah.
This agent seen me a couple weeks ago, my signage on Dale Mabry on a Sunday. And he didn't stop for whatever reason. He didn't stop for that one. Well, he was in the area of Brandon today, and he seen my signs, and he goes, I got to find out who is doing this. So he made a connection with the guy, and he's actually did the sinkhole mitigation. He's an expert in sinkholes, and he's actually going after that niche of people to put their homes on the market. So
nice.
Wow. Do you have any questions on
that's a good contact to have too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't need to.
That's awesome. That is great. Well, kudos to you for your implementation, right? That is, we'll give you a clap as well. All right. I don't know how to do the Mary Wang clap. I'll give you a real one.
On the corner, there's a button somewhere.
Oh, Jean has it. See, I'm sharing my screen. I got it. Let's see more.
Let's see it. I don't know either.
Annotators. What's it called?
It's called
Reactions at the bottom.
At the bottom, participants.
There we go.
Screen record. There it is.
Participants.
Participants.
See, I think I might have some difference since I'm the host.
Since you're the host.
Yeah.
My kids taught me that.
They'll call you what?
My kids, they taught me how to do that.
Oh, they taught you. Yeah, exactly. No, isn't that always the case? That is absolutely the case. So that's beautiful. Well, again, kudos to you, Kev. That's awesome. Keep it up. It's now, I'm just telling you, it's wash, rinse, and repeat. I think I told you the very first session that I've got agents that we went over this, 7 years ago, talking about the whole foreclosure and or open house, option for generating business. And they're very successful now, but they tell me that sometimes when when business gets dried up a little slow, they dust off the signs and out they come. And they sometimes as they're picking up the signs, because there's like, dad gummit, that McDougal making me do this, but it always ends up being fruitful for them.
Bob, I have a comment. I had a listing agent who I've done an open house for in the past, said they have a new listing that the sellers only will do open houses. So they reached out to me to do an open house this Saturday. So I said, sure, I'll do it for you.
So they called you. They're calling you now.
They called me.
Right?
Open house king. That's great.
That's right. Exactly. I'm going to get you a crown.
There you go.
Exactly. We might get you that light that Gene has and have the halo
Yeah, the
light
halo
shining down on you.
I'll definitely share it with you.
That's it. Hey, Maria. Maria's jumped on board.
Oh,
Hi,
Sorry about
Maria.
that.
Oh, that's all right. You're
Maria.
good. And Mercy, you still there?
I'm here.
All right, cool. I just want to make sure we don't see your videos, so I gotta check in on you every once in a while. Make sure you're not cheating, trying to get credit for being here and then walking away and cooking dinner and not hearing us. That's funny. Too good. All right, so I'm gonna buzz through this because we know this by now, right? Oh, what happened?
I got this.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I was just gonna say, I have to,
Yeah.
you have it.
That's it.
Can you see? What's my video's not?
It says System 1 new business out of thin air, planting corn.
Yeah, that's it though. Okay, let me try this again. Well, now my computer doesn't want to respond.
Is it windy over there, Bob, where you are?
And I'm in Orlando. Yeah, it was windy earlier this morning. So
You've got some serious wind over here.
let me, is there another storm rolling through?
Oh,
Stop paying
I don't-
attention.
I don't think we have to worry about that.
Well,
Just
my-
a little wind.
For some reason, my PowerPoint, you guys, you know what it is? You guys had me going looking for those emoji things, reactions, and messed me up. So let's see if I can. Oh, here we go.
There you
Let's try
go.
this.
There you go.
All right, so let's try again from beginning. There we go. Okay, this is simple.
I got
I got
this.
this.
Yeah, you got it. Good deal. All right, banquet open houses. We talking about that. Maria, if you're not doing open houses yet, I'm telling you, Kevin, just go to Kevin's teaching a class tomorrow.
Oh, yay.
On how to do it. He's now become the expert. I told you it doesn't take long. 2 or 3 open houses, and you go from I don't know what the heck I'm doing to oh yeah, come shadow me. I'm a genius.
That's awesome.
So that's perfect. So he's doing well and knocking it out. Kevin, any questions you have since you're or anybody have any on open houses or what we call traffic generating events, right? Anybody have any questions they want to ask of me or?
I still have to finish seeing session 1, which I started. And I think after I see all your sessions, I'm going to get started with, I'm doing a lot of Opcity. So
yeah. Cool. Are you getting a lot of leads from them?
I am. I'm going to be closing at least 3 by December.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, but not homes, leases. And so they said
Okay.
after 3 you close, then they start giving you better leads.
Okay,
So I'm
good.
trying to
So
close
you got to
those.
prove yourself a little bit.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome.
But it's been fun because I show them, I get to meet people,
Yeah.
and I get to, it's just been fun. I get to just relate, and in the future, hopefully they'll remember me and I can help them buy a home.
Perfect. So one word of advice, if you're going to watch the rest of the sessions,
Mhm.
right? Get an air card or find a way or download them somehow or to your device and go watch the rest of the sessions while you're sitting at an open house.
Oh,
Good idea.
I'm
Yeah.
just telling you, because you don't need, Kevin, do you have to have everything figured out before you sit in an open house?
No, you do not.
okay, because my husband says you have to watch everything before you do an open house, and I'm like, babe, I just need an approval and then go and do one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. What's your
Okay.
husband do for a living?
He's a branch manager for Sunbelt Rentals, but he also is a part-time mortgage broker or loan.
Okay. So he does mortgages as well. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell him I said no. Go do it. Just go. All right. You'll figure it out. You'll meet. You're already used to meeting people, from your lease stuff. So just go meet. And if you're going to do anything, watch, read, whatever, and work on your business plan, whatever that might look like. Then do it. Why not be there? Because you never know when someone's going to roll in, right, Kevin?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
no, and I have a inspection tomorrow. I have a walkthrough tomorrow. I have a closing on Friday. So it's been, I don't
Nice.
know. God's providing these people to me, and I'm
That's
like,
beautiful. That's awesome. Then,
yeah.
and if you're busy already, then again, this is only for when you need to get, some business generator, you got things going on. Remember my pat answer is, if anybody asks, should I do an open house? The answer is yes.
Yes.
Right. Number one. Number two, even in a hurricane, yes. Yeah, because you never know, what, those signs might bring. But then also the bigger answer is compared to what, right? Compared to sitting home doing nothing, then the answer is absolutely yes.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if it's compared to going to a closing, probably not, right? Go to the closing. Right?
True.
Check. But if not, I mean, because again, it's just the least expensive way to generate business. And Kevin sits them during the week. He was telling us about the one he sat today. So it doesn't have to be Saturday or Sunday. If whatever your schedule allows. We're blessed to be living in a state where people are here and out and about and visiting and snowbirding and everything. All days of the week. So it's perfect. So do all that. Anybody else, Kevin? Got any questions or anybody else on these? Nope. Remember
I do have a question.
Yeah, Joe.
I do have a question about doing the open houses right now with the COVID situation the way it is, because I thought the board said, I thought it was from the board, that you have to have shoe covers for people and everyone has to have a mask. They don't want more than 10 people in the house, including the realtor. You have to have somebody outside directing the traffic and so forth. So how does that work?
Yeah.
Kevin, why don't you tell them?
Yeah, Kevin, you're the expert.
Yeah, well, you're not doing any of
I
that,
haven't
Kevin,
read.
are you?
What's that?
Huh?
You're not doing any of that, are you?
No, I do have masks. I have gloves. I have sanitizer. And I do thank everybody for wearing the mask when they do come in. And they're all really okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's good. I haven't had that many people at one time to overload it. But I surely would limit it,
I'm
Yeah,
starting
and
a
also
little
it's
basket with
That's perfect, Maria.
and that's something that I got from Mr. Kevin idea.
See?
So, and then I'm just gonna, I don't know, just wanted to bring it up because I started it. So I'm preparing myself for home, open
That's
houses.
good. And here's the thing, if for some reason the owner said, hey, look, hey, I don't want it, or the only way I'll want it is this, but Geraldine, I don't think there's anything that's come down that is, and if it was, it might have been way early, like April that they did that, but they've revised it and tuned it down. Okay. And, my theory has kind of always been that we're, be safe. You got to do what you do, based upon your personal situation and what, it's always communicate with all parties to make sure everybody feels like, hey, this is a good way for us to go about showing this home or allowing you in to see this home or whatever. But yeah, we're just not very compliant people, because if we were too compliant, we'd still be British subjects, right? We'd be paying stamp tax, the Stamp Act. Go back to your,
Let's throw the tea overboard.
Yeah, I got a little
be a
too
90%
much,
tax rate too.
I got a little too much Sam Adams in me, and I'm not talking about beer. I do like Sam Adams beer, but I don't drink. I don't have too much Sam Adams in me, but I got too much blood of Sam Adams in me. That's funny. But you have to do now, Geraldine. Obviously, you're quarantined, or if you have someone that's vulnerable at home, you're not going to go out, right? I mean, it's we get that. It just, for me, it's a lot of common sense, right? And kind of just making sure everybody's, if somebody comes in and they look like, death warmed over, it's like, hey, you know what? Why don't we? Have you been checked? Did they do both nostrils? Because I heard people are testing positive in the right nostril and negative in the left. So.
Oh my word.
So obviously they don't have this all the way perfectly down to a science yet, but we'll see. Again, I say that because I fly a lot. All right. And it's, but I still think I must have had it. There's no way as many flights as I've been on, I haven't been around it. I almost guarantee I've had it. I haven't tested myself for the antibodies, but I would almost guarantee I've had to have had it. And I've never felt sick or anything. That's just because I have sun rays and halo light shining down. Right?
You have that kryptonite. How could it ever
That is
Bob,
right.
you're
Exactly.
Superman.
See, that S on my chest.
You just don't have to worry about it. You know what? I do have a thought though. If you're worried about people, you could always have them sign that COVID release. Just say, hey, it's just something that we're doing just to make sure, so it doesn't come back to bite you, Maria. That might be helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like Eric, say, gosh, we have masks if you'd like one. We hope that if you go through, if you touch anything, just know that I might come behind you and wipe everything off, just because we're trying to be really safe for the next people. It's not all
right. I mean, and that makes complete sense. And you say it like that, and it's, we're
all in this together. We want to keep it upbeat.
Yeah, absolutely.
We wanted to sell this house to you, so let's go.
Right.
And keep them up. And like, oh, okay, where do I sign? Oh, yeah, I'll put a mask on, and it's great. It works.
Yeah, I think it's a reason to have a communication. So great question though, Geraldine. Does that answer your question? I mean,
It does. Yeah, it
perfect.
does.
Good deal. And remember, the goal here is that if we go all the way back to that first session, not the goal, but instead of having listings that give us our buyers, we're going to go work with buyers, and they're going to lead us to our listings. Right?
Right.
It's kind of the upside down effect of the way most real estate training goes, because they all teach you to go, hunt for listings, which is not bad, but it's just hard to find. Right? I mean, it's not easy, especially getting started in the business, to just go get, listings dropped in your lap. Because it's, a big decision for a seller to make. So, all right, a couple things I want to touch on these orange grows. Now, remember, orange grows, corn planting is business fast now, sow to reap cycle is quick. All that's good. I wanted to cover this idea real fast because, in the book, in Michael Mayer's book, that we read, it's almost like you're not allowed to say the referral word, right? If you say referral, then you're going to get, struck by lightning, right? Or something, right? And so, because the reason he came across that way, I've had this discussion with Michael before, is like, because he was so sick of seeing realtors asking for referrals from the get-go and bugging people all the time. Hey, who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Right? Without earning the right. And that's why we talked a lot about earn the right on the front side, right? You go give value to them first, show them what you can do, and or just be a good person, right? And if you remember the illustrations we use, just help them in some way and they will remember it, right? It will come full circle. So when you do that, there's a difference in asking for a referral and getting a referral. However, there is a section in the book, and sometimes it's overlooked, that we talk about having a referral or an introduction conversation. You are allowed to do that. It's not like it's taboo, that you're not allowed to ever ask for them to introduce you to other people. I like the word introduce better than I do refer me to other people, right? Refer sounds kind of standoffish and a little business-like, right? And if I've already earned the right, I'm hopefully have more of a friend than a client at this point, right? And so I like, and he covers it briefly in the book, and you might go back and find it. It's the who like you conversation, right? Okay. So let me show you something, how this might work, right? Here's a sample. So, hey, Kevin, now that, I don't know if you remember, but, we're closing on Tuesday. I mean, and I don't know if you know this, but dude, it wasn't but 6 weeks ago that I met you. Remember that open house and you were wondering why I was sitting out on the porch and I told you because it smelled like, what in there, and you went in. Remember that? It seems like we know each other. We've known each other for years now, but I know we just known each other for about 6 weeks. But isn't it cool that you were a first-time home buyer and we were able to get you, I got you hooked up with a lender and all this kind of stuff and everything good. I said, let me ask you this. I said, who like you is a first-time home buyer that might be needing of, and really benefit from getting a chance to potentially own their own home, right? It's a great transition line, that who like you, right? And you kind of replay what you did for them, right? Reminding them what a rock star you are, okay, really. in a backhanded way, you know, kind of just, you know, low key. But then you drop the who like you, and hey, you know what? And trust me when I say, and I hope you know this about me, Kevin, that I'll treat them with the same dignity and respect that I treated you. I just love to help people. So I was wondering if anybody that you happen to know that I would really love I would crave the introduction, and I'd be very respectful of that. So, and
Well, hey,
it's kind
Bob, I don't have anybody first-time home buyer, but I got a cousin who comes to Florida every February, stays in the same Treasure Island condo. I could, you know, refer you to them, and maybe they could buy it and they could rent it out the other 11 months, and you know,
that's
they could
awesome.
get investment property.
I'd love to make that connection. So if you could be that middleman for us, that'd be awesome. That'd be great.
Yeah.
And so it's just that, and whatever it is, it's, hey, who like you, and it may not fit that same criteria, but it gets their mind going, right? About that. This is also where he picks up on the, what's it called? The RAS, the reticular activation system. Remember that part of the book?
Yeah.
Right? Where he says, hey, look, have you ever, and this is a great line. I remember teaching this when we first read the book, and it's coming back to me now. So I kind of got this idea on the reticular activation system to say, hey, look, here's a good dialogue, a script you might use with somebody. Hey, Kevin, you know, you're like when you're all of a sudden you decide you're going to get a black Dodge Charger is you're going to be your next car, right? And all of a sudden you look around and everywhere you see black Dodge Charger, people were kind of going by you all the time, and you didn't even, they said, you know what, now that we're 45 days into this situation, we're getting ready to close, right? I guarantee that 46 days ago, before we met, you might have been in the grocery store and somebody standing right next to you would have said, hey, I really need to find someone that can help me buy a home. And you wouldn't even heard them, right? Because it wasn't on your radar, right? But now you might be in the store, you hear somebody 3 aisles over whisper house, and you're like, oh, let me go over there. And so if you, now that it's on your radar, if you run across that, man, I really would appreciate an introduction. I hope I've treated you well. Right. I hope I've earned the right to be introduced to some of those people. But if you run across that sometimes, because it's going to happen because it's on your radar now, I really would appreciate you making the introduction. And it's a great line to have that conversation, but it's all premised on I've earned the right on the front side, right? Yeah. It's somebody you already have that relationship with. So don't be afraid and practice that. Get with your accountability partner and role play that a little bit, right? It just kind of, you know, and make it sound like you. I say man and dude and hey man a lot. That's just because that's me, right? When I'm talking with my friends, I'm very, you know, that way. But if you're not a man, dude, and hey, what's up, brother, kind of person, then say it like you say it, right? You know, don't say it like me and they're like, what's the matter with Geraldine? Why is she saying bro all the time now?
Very cute.
Very good.
Because you can tell it's a script anyway, right? So just make it, you know, make it feel like you and how you might go about doing that. But I'm telling you, if you have that ready, when the opportunity arises, you'll know it, right? You'll know when it's time to drop that and to do it. And here's the other thing. It's natural for me to do that because I truly believe that they need to go help. I do it to this day, to our agents, right? I'll say something like, hey, Gene, you know, you're running out and about and, you know, you just had a couple closings. That agent on the other side, all right, you think they might, you know, do you remember when you joined us and you joined Future Home and all that kind of, you know, who like you might benefit from our you know, commission structure and our ability to have interaction on these Zoom meetings? You know, I really would appreciate the introduction. So I still do it, right, to this day.
Yeah. And
right?
guess what? I'm going to bring that gal with me to the Christmas party. You're going to
bring it.
There you go.
All right. Oh, by the way, Christmas party. Everybody see that, Geraldine? Hopefully you guys will be out of quarantine by then.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Right. Yeah, come on and breathe some of your already had it plasma all over us.
Funny.
We don't need a vaccine. We got Dave.
That's right. You know what I was just thinking of when you were talking, because the whole book that we read and everything about this is about doing something for someone else and letting it come to you, letting the business come to you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know when we first met, I don't know if you remember, because it was a long time ago.
Okay, I can't.
You were doing meetings at Silverthorne in Spring Hill.
Wow.
And it was open to any realtor who wanted to come. And I didn't work for you back then. And I thought, this is one really nice guy. I cannot believe that he's not charging us to come here. He's willing to share his knowledge. He's so pleasant and personable. And, you know, I really liked you. And that's what made me come to Future Home Realty. You never asked me to come. You never asked me for anything. You just gave of yourself. And that's how I ended up coming there.
That's that's awesome. I gotta this is recorded, so I gotta clip that and make that into our next recruiting video.
I would have put some makeup on.
Too funny. You know,
The
that
star
is
today.
Silverthorne. That's going a ways back.
That's a long way back. Yeah, because
Yeah.
don't forget, I worked for Future Home Realty out of the Spring Hill office, and I lived right across the street, that back alley there.
Yeah.
When you crossed over
yeah.
the back, I was right there on the corner. But when
That
I
is
moved up to
amazing.
the Villages 5 years ago, I thought I couldn't stay with you. I didn't realize the MLSs were the same. So I thought I had to leave. So I left and had to pay a whole lot of fees to somebody up here. It was killing me.
Oh.
And then, and then I saw on the MLS some people said Future Home Realty. I'm like, what? They're up here. So I called up Bob Shantz and I'm like, what's going on with this? Did he join the Realtor Association? And he's like, no, but it's the same MLS. I'm like, okay, I'm coming back. So then
There
I
you
ended up
go,
coming
the
back.
prodigal daughter. We'll call you the prodigal, not the prodigal son, but the prodigal daughter.
I have a little
thought I had a
testimony. Can I give mine?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I have a little testimony on what I did.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happened. So Dave Ramsey, who does FPU,
Yeah.
had a live stream event. So my husband and I invited all these people, and I have a
Nice.
heart to help people with budgeting.
Good
So-
for you.
Yes, so I invited all these people, they came, and at the end of the meeting, I said, look, I'm not a coach yet. I want to eventually.
Good.
However, if you need help with budget, I'm here. And with those people that were there, I ended up getting a listing that I had no idea, because I said, I'm a realtor. However, I'll help you with the budget.
Sure. Right.
And I had a listing, and then now I have a buyer that I'm closing
Yeah.
on Friday.
See, and that is awesome.
That was
is
amazing.
by the
I'm
way,
like, wow, how it is to give genuinely, and then boom, God just gives it back.
it's the way it works. I am just
Yeah.
telling you that circle that referral reciprocation, man, that is just a wonderful, wonderful thing. That is, and let us know if you do become a coach with FPU and start running some classes, because I would love to introduce our agents to this as well. Because I've mentioned it and I tell them to go find it at a church, because they can go find it. But
Hey, Bob.
Yeah, I'm waiting to finish baby step 3. Sorry, Kevin.
good.
And then once I have the money to be a coach, I'm going to go there.
Well, if you ever go up to in Nashville to do the debt-free scream in his lobby, let me know, because it's right around the corner from my house.
Oh my
So,
gosh,
yeah,
that's
so,
crazy.
We'll go have lunch.
Yes,
that's perfect.
my husband and I want to do that one day.
That's awesome. That's cool. Kevin, you got something?
Yeah, I was going to do the Dave Ramsey coaching, but
Yeah.
it was like $1,700 to join and become a coach. And I was kind of in between what to do with my life last year, talking about the real estate or just getting another job. I thought that if I have somebody who's close in credit, I can coach them through with a pencil and a yellow pad of paper kind of quickly without going in that route. Because, the coaching I did his system 7 years ago. Both my daughters have been through it, and a girlfriend of mine's been through it as well. So I think it's a really important part of house ownership is budgeting.
100%.
To keep that so you don't become an REO.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
True.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So, well, that's awesome. And Maria, that is a great story. And that's exactly what we're talking about, right? you just go give of yourself, and next thing you know, good things start rolling back. You know, it's just because you connect with people. So that's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
That's-
and it wasn't intended, you know, I was just
No,
helping.
well, that's
And
why
out
it
of the
happened.
blue-
Because if you went with that intention,
It wouldn't happen.
they would have sensed it and they would have pushed you away.
Yeah,
Jeanette reminds me all the time that, you know, 90% of communication is nonverbal, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, which frustrates the heck out of me because, you know, I'm trying to say the right thing, but she goes, you know, I can see it, or, you know, yeah, Mom, how do you defend yourself against that, right? It's like, what do you mean? You know, it's like, so anyway, but if they would have smelled it on you, right? If that was your attitude, like, I'm going to go put this on this seminar so I can hopefully get business. No, you didn't go with that intention.
right.
And because of that, that's why you got business.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
that's awesome. Good for you. Good deal. So has everybody got that who like you idea down? Right? It's a good transition. And also maybe revisit that, you know, and that the reticular activation system one might take a little practice, you know, but role play with somebody, man. Just have some fun with it and just see how it all plays out and just develop your little shtick, if you will, that it can, you know, could happen. I'll tell you this, when I showed property, I always showed property. I know this is a different day and age, especially, you know, with now COVID, but people rode with me in the car. All right. And I would, you know, you talk about having a connection. By the time we got to the third house, I mean, it's like, you know, we were long life buds, right? We were just, you know, I knew a lot of questions, figured out all that kind of stuff. But I started saying things like, hey, you know, because I would give them a copy of the contract. I said, why don't you guys read over this? And then that way, if you have any questions, let me answer them now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me, you know, is there anything that's, you know, I can point out some of the trickier stuff or whatever, but you can ask some questions. I said, so because when, you know, I didn't say that like that, but I said, when we're going to write an offer, all right, we want to make sure we're ready to roll and ready to go. And it wasn't like, if we're going to maybe someday, hopefully, no, with that mess, we're going to contract. All right. Because I got an accountability partner that I live with at home and she won't let me in the door unless I prove that I wrote a contract today. So
There you go.
it was a tough one, I'm telling you. So it's good. So everybody got that who like you? All right. How about this one? Here's an idea. What if you can become the family realtor, right? Make that a goal, because there are agents in our office that they, you know, because we've got, hey, here's the attorney we use in the family, right? Because, you know, great uncle John, you know, went to college with this guy and he's really taking good care of the family, and he's the family lawyer, right? And there's the family doctor and there's the family dentist. We've all, you know, and, you know, dentist says, oh yeah, I, you know, drilled on your granddad's teeth, right? Why not be the family realtor, right? Why not be that person that, oh yeah, this is who we use, right? Boy, wouldn't that be awesome?
That's awesome.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So think about that. But again, how do you do that? You go back up to bullet point number 2, earn the right, right? You're not the family realtor because you have the same last name. Sometimes people try and do it that way, right? But a lot of times that doesn't work, because anytime, well, let me put it this way. There's a reason why I don't have a in-house title and in-house mortgage company. And the reason is I tried it, quite frankly. It didn't work because I thought I'd garner more business and capture more and so on and so forth. But the reality is that anytime I tried to incentivize the agent, right, to use a particular title company or and I looked all sorts of legal ways that you can do it, right? You can create our own LLC that, you know, you get profit share of the title company. I've tried all sorts of things, right? Real creative stuff. But the reality is that when Maria's husband's a loan officer, right?
Yeah.
And I remember very vividly, I was at an office way back in the day, 1996, it's a Prudential office where they had an in-house mortgage guy. And they found a way through, you know, hey, you know, affiliated business disclosures and all this stuff, where basically I could get a kickback on a portion of the loan origination, right? I know that we weren't supposed to use that word because it's illegal. I get it, RESPA violation, but it is what it is, right? Okay.
Yes.
So exactly what was going down, right? I was getting a piece of that action, right? So they were trying to incentivize me, but two things happened. I saw the loan officer that was in-house knew he was making less money on my deal than he would on somebody outside the company, right? That was bringing it. And so they weren't given the same level of service, which is, it's just human nature, right? Hey, look, I'm going to make 75% of what I would normally make on Bob's deal, but I'm only, you know what I mean? And the idea was, oh yeah, you can make it up in volume and all that stuff, but human nature is human nature. The guy's like, hey, I'm still working just as hard, making 75% of the money, right? And so I'm not so sure I like this gig. And then the other thing is that title companies in particular that are in-house start to become assumptive of the business. And that's very dangerous, right? That customer service, I guarantee that there is it's a direct disproportion, right? Say of the, well, it's proportionate just in the wrong direction, right? That of the number of customer service and assumption of the business, right? Well, hey, you use us because your broker says you have to use us, right? And so therefore I don't have to be good at title, right? And so my customer service tends to wane. And I saw that a lot, right? Where as much as you try and avoid it. And the reason I bring it up now is because that's what I think some people who are the family realtor, because they have the same last name, it's like they're the cousin, right? Then they aren't as good as you would be to that family because they've become assumptive of the business. And make sure you always guard yourself and don't ever be assumptive, even of your past clients, right? Is someone going to come along and treat them better than I've sold you 5 homes over the years. Yeah, but you know what? You got a little lazy, Bob, right? When I first met you, you were really good. And now it seems like, hey, you know what? You're not returning calls as quickly as you did in the past. You know what I mean? And so you got to really protect yourself on that. So Kevin, I know you're new in the business, Maria, new in the business. Like, how in the world would somebody ever become assumptive of the business? Some of us that have been in the business a while, you can see where it could happen, and you got to just guard yourself against that. Fair enough? Okay, just word of warning. Okay, but ideas to become a family realtor. How could I do that, right? And I don't got a script for you on that one. Just go do really good work, and then they'll make you the family realtor. All right. Here was our stuff from last week. We had a game plan. Oh, I think I was supposed to get rid of this. This is all last week's stuff. I was supposed to get rid of that. Here are our suggestions. Anybody read The Greatest Salesman in the World yet, by the way?
Yeah. I got it in process.
Got it? Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's on the list. You're too busy. All right. Geraldine will read it right after we read your book.
Yeah, that's right. I want a full report.
That's right. So anybody you have it, or who anybody read it for the first time?
Yes.
Yeah, in process.
Okay, in the process, Judy?
yeah.
Yes?
Yep, I got it. I finished it.
Okay, what'd you think?
I liked it. No, I did. I liked it. Yeah. I decided I want to be a lightning bug. Yeah, I'm going to be a lightning bug.
That is awesome. Very good. That is the greatest salesman in the world. I mean, does anybody have a favorite scroll by any chance? All right. By the way, pay attention. My Monday motivations, I don't think I did them this year, but I went through the 10 scrolls and I kind of just listed them out, and it's my take on the scrolls, right? But there are some pretty powerful things in those scrolls. And if you read it, those scrolls are really affirmations, right? They're things that, you know, and if you did it the way the greatest salesman in the world is supposed to do it, he was supposed to read the same scroll for 30 days, right? He was supposed to just read it until it became so ingrained in him, and then move on to the next scroll and the next scroll. But if you notice, none of it is all sales techniques. It's all about, how do I become a better me so I can be a better me to other people, right? And help them, and therefore, do it. So it's just, that book is probably one of my favorites that has shared with me discipline techniques, right? When it's time for me to be self-disciplined, right? I will persist. I will persist. I will persist. Right. It's just amazing the life skills that are in there and the success principles that are buried in that. So if you haven't had a chance to read it to finish that up. The 4 rituals. Everybody know what the 4 rituals are? Anybody? You don't have to. It's not a quiz. We're not going to get
Sunday night ritual.
Sunday night's 1. Good. Thank you, Geraldine.
I'm thinking Monday morning, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Pre-leave.
Bedtime.
Pre-leave. Thank you. Pre-leave ritual. Right. That's when you're closing up your desk and you're going to make your first routine for the next day. Right before you should, when everything's fresh in your brain. Right. There's the
Sleep
ritual. Good job. All right. Sounds like, all right, 4 syllables. All right. 4 syllables.
Pull your ear.
Some of our agents are too young to understand charades. I call it charades. I'm very, highfalutin around here. It's not charades, it's charades.
Not even you're saying.
That's right.
Mine already. I'm like, all right.
That's right. See? So there's a pre-sleep, and then there's the morning ritual, right? It's not a pre. It's just a morning ritual. It's like making sure you're ready to go for that day, right? So try and institute those in somehow, some way, some fashion, right? Now, the Sunday night ritual, remember, we can be any day of the week, right, Jean? Give me a thumbs up on that, right? Okay, perfect. Doesn't have to be Sunday night, but you can do that. Physical fitness and eating right, continue to just work on that, guys, because that is so critical. It's critical to your energy, right? And your attractiveness, right? Because people are attracted to energetic people. You don't have to be somebody you're not, but you can still be energetic without being a high I hyper person, right? You can still exude confidence. You can still exude, I want some of what he or she has, right? It's just, people are attracted, that people want to be led. Trust me on that, right? People crave to be led. And you are leaders. You're leading them in the home buying or the home selling process.
Excuse me.
Yep. Oh, with that sneeze or?
I sneezed, sorry.
What?
Bless you forever.
You got, I can show you how to sneeze. What was that? That was like a hiccup. All right. I can show you how to sneeze. So just continue to do that, though. I think it's so critical, right? Just because when you feel better about you, you are going to attract more, right? It's just the way it goes, all right? And meet with your accountability partner. We're supposed to do that. You should have one, right? If you don't have one, keep searching for one. And if you don't have the right one, keep searching for the right one, right? And if it doesn't feel like, I can't wait to get together with them, that's probably the right one. Okay. Just so you know, right? It's when like, I can't wait to get together, and you're probably not busting each other's chops like you should.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. You need someone that's going to bust your chops a little bit to be a good accountability partner. It takes a little bit, and you do it in love, and you do it with permission, right? We're not trying to, get upset with each other, but you say, hey, look, do I have your permission to, tell you like it is? And vice versa. I want to, because I want to get better, right? So encourage you to do that. I encourage you to have a one-on-one meeting. Just test that out. See what that might look like, right? Just remember, one-on-one meeting means different things for everybody. Cup of coffee, grab some lunch. Let's have a one-on-one over Zoom, right? You can get a free Zoom account. It doesn't take, you don't have to pay anything and have a 20-minute meeting on Zoom, just the two of us, right? You could do that. And then also have a traffic generating event. If you haven't done it, right, Maria, okay, don't wait for perfection. Right. Remember, George Patton says a good plan executed today is far better than a perfect plan never executed.
Yes.
I totally agree, especially this kind of business.
All right. What's that?
Especially with this kind of business.
Yeah, right.
Be waiting for perfection.
Exactly. I told you I did my first, open house early, and my second open house was the first bank-owned open house, and I had no clue. I was trying to read the manual as fast as they were asking me questions. Right? I was just figuring it as I go. All right. And that's okay. People, it's all okay to have that. So cool.
Yes.
All right. So here's some final thoughts. Don't dig in and finish strong. If you guys have been here, I think most of you have been here all the sessions. Do you remember the story about the two guys that used to chirp at me in the office meetings? Remember the guys that I called the guys from the Muppet Show?
Yeah.
Right. That would, make fun of me because I was selling $65,000 homes and just, hey, that and the other. And when they told me that no one sells any houses after Thanksgiving, I plugged my ears, said I can't afford to hear that. And I sold 5 homes and after Thanksgiving, sold and closed, right?
Wow.
Went to contract and closed 5 homes after, just because everybody was getting lazy, right? I already knew realtors were lazy. My competition was lazy. And then I said, well, it sounds like they get really lazy after Thanksgiving, right? So let me dig in and see what I can find. And I just created a new sales pitch about, hey, let's get you in and get you closed before the end of the year so we can get homestead exemption for the whole year next year, all right? That's a free bonus one. And it's a piece of cake to do that. Number 2, I'm going to encourage you, because this is our last meeting, to watch the business planning class on FHR University. I've got one recorded. It's a great class. We just take your overall goal, right? And I show you a systematic way how to break it down into what am I going to do today, right? I'm going to take this big goal. I want to make net 80 grand, right? And then you're going to break it down. Okay, boy, sounds big, but by the end of the day, I just have to do a couple things each day. And I've broke it down to here's what I need to do, because we teach win the day, right? Because if you win the day, you win the week. If you win the week, you win the month. If you win the month, you win the quarter. If you win the quarter, you win the year, right? But it all goes back to literally, we could probably say win the hour, right? In order to win the day, right? Don't allow yourself to get there. And in that, I'm going to encourage you to create a budget. And we kind of touched on it, right, with our Financial Peace University stuff, right? But it's critical. I think it's one of the best things you can do as a self-employed person, which everybody nod your head, you are self-employed.
Absolutely.
Right? Exactly. If I run across you out and about and you're out with your family and you're out to dinner and you see me, you don't introduce me as your boss, right? Because your boss is in the mirror. Right. That's okay. You work with us and we work with you to help you run your business the most profitable, effective, efficient way possible. Right. But remember, you are self-employed. And the best thing I think you can do is create a budget, because that actually starts to direct some of your actions. Right. It starts to make you think about, what am I doing? And is this effective? And you're thinking that's why I encourage, you overachievers, if you want to look at the incorporate yourself as an agent class as well on FHR University, why you would, you ever seen people with PA or LLC behind their name, right? There's a reason behind it. It's 90, in the class I teach, it's not, well, 2 things. 99% of it is for tax savings. And that class also is why I'm not allowed to ever run for a political office. Because in there, I say over and over and over again, I'm going to help you not put all your money into Social Security, because Social Security is a Ponzi scheme. And when they say Social Security is a Ponzi scheme, and there's YouTube of you out there saying it, you will never run for office in the state of Florida.
Oh, I'm sure.
Nope.
Get it? I'm done. My political career is over in the state of Florida.
Wow. But if you keep building your company, Bob, you're going to have a lot of voters on your team. So
see, there you go. I just need you. Yeah, just have my agents vote for me and I'm done.
That's it.
Right?
There
Yeah,
you
write-in
go.
candidate.
See? There you go.
You're in, shoe in.
That's right. See, that's perfect. So, but in there, we talk about, if nothing else, because there's about a break-even point of where it covers your expenses to incorporate, right? And when I think you should. But I also say, even if you were break even on that, the fact I have seen agents who incorporate maybe earlier than they normally would or should, but now they treat their business like a business more. Maybe, and it's all probably it's placebo-esque, right? Where it's just, you know, psychosomatic that all of a sudden, hey, I'm incorporated, so now I'm a big shot, right? But whatever it takes, I don't care. They start to treat their business, and you're forced to, because quarterly you have to turn stuff into your accountant. And now, you guys know we do 1.6 or $7 billion in sales, 1,500 real estate agents. And you know, my taxes are done at midnight on December 31st of each year.
Wonderful.
Because I do it all the way along, right? All I do is hit a button in QuickBooks and it spits out the report and sends it to my accountant, right? But that's done because I have kept up with it every day for the previous year, right? So, and if you learn to do that with every time you write a check, it's coded, so you know it's going to go somewhere. It's going to either an expense or a shareholder distribution, like, hey, that's my money, right? So it goes to one of those two places. And so if you do it and you code things every step along the way, your taxes are already done, right? And just think how freeing that would be, and how much better you feel about yourself knowing that you're organized. And you can look somebody in the eye and say, hey, look, yeah, you should do business with me because I'm organized, right? I'm not a scatterbrained, you know. Remember we talked about that, keeping your car clean and all that stuff, because people peek in your car and they say, whoa, I think they might lose my earnest money check in there. Right? I mean, you know, you're trying to elicit confidence in people, and you're doing the exact opposite sometimes, right? By the way, just FYI, when I used to manage my own rental properties, that was the credit report, Schmedet report. I just went and looked in their car.
Oh, look at that.
You
There
know
you
what?
go.
That
Okay.
tells you everything.
This is a good indicator how they're going to treat my house, right?
Absolutely.
Telling you.
That's really
And it was
smart.
pretty, I mean, not that I didn't pull credit, I still pulled credit, but it's still, I could almost guarantee what I was going to see on the credit report after having looked in the car.
Very good.
Kind of interesting. So some of you, before you go to bed tonight, go out and clean out your car. To go with. So everybody cool with that? All right. And don't forget, all right, take this screenshot and post it somewhere, right? Remember, these are your commitments. Remember, this is simple. I got this. You got to be willing to change. You had to be honest and accountable. You had to agree to read one book a month, including Geraldine's One Day in Spring.
One spring day.
Oh, sorry, One Spring Day. I'll find it. Oh, your last name. I'll search by author for sure.
That's right.
Agree to read one book a month. Get 80 hours of sleep a night. You know, last night, now this has to do something too, that I'm here at the house by myself and everybody else is up in Nashville, all right? But I went to bed at 9:45.
My.
Okay, I set my alarm for 6:30, right? Because I had some things I wanted to do. But I woke up at 5:10.
Yep.
Right? I was like, bam. And I was like, let's go. Bring it on, right? Here we go, right? Which is good because I do have to get up at 5 o'clock tomorrow because I have to be over in Tampa in the morning. So I got to be traffic, but at least I'm on that schedule now. But I'm just telling you, you can find a way, just like Dave Ramsey would tell you, oh, I can't find a way to tithe, or I can't find a way to pay this, or I can't, you know, he says, all right, better careful what you say. Let me follow you around and see what you spend your money on, right? And I'll find that money for you, right? Some account, same thing with sleep. I think, hey, you know what? 22 minutes on Facebook here, another, you know, Instagram for 14 minutes here. Next thing you know, bam, I'll find that extra hour and a half in your day, right?
Screen time.
What's that?
That's true.
What's that,
The
Kip?
screen time will tell you how much
Yeah,
time
right,
you're on
exactly.
your phone.
Yeah, there are some pretty cool apps out there that you may not want to look at. To tell you what you know. So get 8 hours sleep, drink 64 ounces of water a day. When I started doing this, it changed my life. All right, it really did. Everything, you know, my skin looked better. I wasn't pulling muscles on the treadmill as much as I was because I was pulling muscles when I was running sometimes because I didn't have enough water in my body, right? I'm just telling you, it'll change. Exercise 30 minutes a day, at least 30 minutes each for 3 days a week, at least minimum. Start there and start slow, right? I don't care. Walk, right? Just get that, some type of cardiovascular, man, get that air breathing. Boy, it's just fresh air. You start to, right now it's beautiful weather out there, right? Right? Mornings have been beautiful. So yeah, go take advantage of that. Volunteer at a nonprofit, 4 hours a month, go give of yourself. Maria, that could be even, doing the seminars like you did, right? That's a nonprofit. That's a gift to somebody. I'm down with that completely, right? Find a way, because again, you just feel so much better about yourself when your mind's not on yourself, right? It's kind of interesting things. Donate 10% of your income to a church, synagogue, or other nonprofit, right? Don't ask me why it works, but it just does.
It
All
does
right?
work.
And there you go. Is that an amen I'm getting from you, Mercy?
Yeah.
Yes,
Amen.
All right,
absolutely.
love that. Okay, it does. And to cycle, but I tell people there, if you watch the beginning, I said, hey, look, I can't explain why 90% is more than 100%, right? But I can explain. I'm a math guy enough to know that 90% of 150,000 is more than 100% of 60,000.
Right.
Right? Okay. And when you start to do this, you start to get blessed and good things start to roll. And it's that karma, the good karma that comes back, right? And starts to roll with you. So it's really good stuff. Worship once a week, right? And this time, a lot of people are worshiping online, right? We don't get to have that communal feeling. That's what corporate means. Corporate doesn't mean, somebody on the, Dow Jones Industrials. I'm talking about corporate means together in a group, right? Okay. But obviously, if we can't do that right now, find a way that you still can connect, right? And find things like this. We're going to take a break. Obviously, we won't have another 100K until sometime February or March. But we've got opportunities. We've got our office hours. You can come on. When COVID first hit, we did office hours every day of the week because people just wanted to come hang out. Right?
Wow.
People were just craving connection, right? So if nothing else, it's either Jim or I on there from 12 to 1, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays right now. And if you want to just come on and say, hey, how's it going? Right? I've got still to this day, I still have some stay-at-home moms that are now forced again, if schools closed, to be stay-at-home mom and or teacher and or realtor and or, running their husband's business as well or whatever. And they're just like, hey, look, I need an adult voice. Right?
That's me. That's me here. I'm doing the stay-home mom and then teaching the 3 kids homeschooling.
How old, Mercy?
Yeah, and I still have to do my work.
How old are they?
I have a 10-year-old, 8-year-old, and a 4-year-old.
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna pray for Dave, Geraldine's.
I
we're
need
gonna
the
pray for
grace.
Mercy.
I don't know how the teachers do it, but oh my goodness.
That's. By the way, this is taking me back. I'm almost forgetting, but back in April and May, did you see some of those memes all the time are pretty funny? It says millions of parents around the world are finding out that their kids' issues were not really the teacher's fault.
Yep. That's exactly true. I just even don't know how those teachers do this, but it must be a gift. Seriously, you have to be gifted to be there.
That's right. I saw one that said, day 2 of homeschooling my 3 children. One's expelled, one's suspended, and the teacher's been fired for drinking on the job.
Oh my.
Too funny. Well, you know what, Mercy? I'll pray for you because it's easy for me to remember to pray for Mercy because I pray for Mercy all the time.
Have mercy. I'm having
That's
mercy.
right. Lord, have mercy on me.
Lord
Exactly.
have mercy.
That's great. That is too good. Awesome. All right. So worship when you can, where you can, how you can, whatever that might be, right? And you can still do it corporately. And finish, right? Kudos to you guys. You guys made it to graduation night, right? You're here, all right? So kudos to you. But finish, right? Don't just start things. Everybody starts. No, not enough people finish. See it, right? Be the one because that's where the reward is. And sometimes we don't see the reward. It's like, oh, this is hard. This is hard. This is hard. Then it comes rushing at us because we had that one extra step, right? It's that gold miner. Analogy I use, right? You might be looking for that gold vein for 3 months. Bam, 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 nothing. You set the pick down, somebody else comes and said, this is hard. Somebody else comes along and 2 picks later, tink, tink, all of a sudden the mother lode's there because you quit too early. And they're like, oh man, this is easy. All they're doing is benefiting from all the work you did for 3 months, and they just get the benefit of hitting the goal vein. So don't let that happen to you, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. That is all I've got. It's 8:25. We're going to end 5 minutes early. Think about that.
That's
So
good.
great. Thank
See?
you so much, Bob.
Thank you,
Oh,
Bob.
yes.
Absolutely.
It's been wonderful.
Yes.
All
This
the
is good.
time.
Join us
Great.
December 10th. If you're in the Tampa Bay area, we got our Christmas party. If you feel fine, we'll be outdoors, socially distanced, under a tent, out by the pool. It's kind of a you can wear business casual or island themed thing, kind of Christmas. So we're kind of doing an island Christmas. So just kind of, since we're going to be outside and by the pool anyway, so we'd love to see you there. Just make sure you're RSVP so we make sure we have everybody accounted for and ready to go. Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Have a
As
wonderful.
always, if you need us for anything, reach out.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for these
so
great
much for
meetings.
everything.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Nice
God
meeting
bless
all of you.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.